Welcome back to another episode of Philly Sports Now as we get set to talk about the Philadelphia Phillies. After a tremendous road trip, 6-1, they close out the road trip, including wins over the Colorado Rockies and the A's. Phillies 9-game win streak as well throughout the week, snapped on Sunday. Let's get to it. A lot of things to talk about with this red hot Phillies club coming back home for a 6-game homestand. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Philly Sports Now. Again, a great chance here to dive into this Phillies team that's really taken a turn for the best. After a slow start, everyone was all worried after the Phillies got swept to the Mets, but no worries. We told you to stay patient, let the season play out, had a lot of games left, and that's exactly what this Phillies team has done over the last course of the month here in May. Alec Boehm, slow start to the year. What is he doing since May 1st? He's hitting 341 this month with a 382 on base percentage. Trey Turner, he's hitting 340. Brandon Marsh, since he's come off the IL, he's hitting 340. Bryce Harper, he's hitting 308. He's been fantastic since getting his head buzzed, just like Nick Sirianni did. And you know what the Eagles did was go on to win the Super Bowl. So maybe Harper's shaved head has helped this Phillies club as well. But no, most importantly, all jokes aside, this Phillies team has really, really turned the corner for the best. And there's a lot of good things to dive into here, starting with this past week. You go on the road. I get the opponents was the Colorado Rockies and the Athletics, the A's, whatever you want to call them. They're in Sacramento now, playing in that minor league ballpark. But regardless of the situation, I get it. You're not playing the Dodgers there. You're not playing the Yankees. You weren't playing top tier teams. However, you need to go out and beat the teams you have to go out and beat. And the Phillies did just that. They went on the road. They took care of business. They got the 4-game sweep against the Rockies, had 2 against the A's. Should have got all 3, to be honest. You were 5 outs away. And unfortunately, Matt Strahm blew it there in the 9th inning. But again, this Phillies team, they're really starting to piece things together. And what I like most, I know I went through the batting averages in May, but most importantly for me is they're doing their job in the sense of they're not trying to do too much. So letting the game come to each and every one of them. You see it with Turner. He's getting on base. He's stealing bases. He has 8 stolen bases in May, still with 5 games left in the month. So again, just a lot of good things here. Turner's on pace now for a 200-hit season, his first potentially in his career, along with 40 stolen bases, which would be a great number. And again, that's what the Phillies have asked him to do. He's not a 35 home run hitter. He's a guy you want to see get on base, steal bases, turn those walks and singles into basically doubles. And that's what he's able to do. He's got 20 runs scored here in the month of May. And I think that speaks volume of the game he's playing. He's allowing Harper and Schwarber and Castellanos to go in and hit him in. And that's exactly what this team needs him to do. And he's doing it well. And he's doing it at the top of the lineup for starters there. Whether it's a lefty, righty, whether he's hitting first or second, he's really been one of the top tier leaders on this team. And I get it. Obviously, Schwarber, he's the next one to talk about. He's got 18 home runs. He's hitting the ball unreal right now. Tied in MLB at the time of recording this. Tied in MLB with the most home runs with Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Obviously, 2 fantastic players with him there. And again, Schwarber just continues to do it. I mean, every day he's going out there and just finds a way to impress me and everyone. I mean, you saw him in the A's game. He really came up big with the RBI double there in extra innings, leading to the victory there. And he's clutch. He's clutch. He can do it whenever he needs to. And again, he'll continue to do this. And he's about to get into his best month too. Usually June's the hot month. We always see it and all the fans love it on social media. And he's doing all this before that. So I can only imagine if he continues that hot stretch of June, the numbers he's even about to put up now as the season continues. And obviously, with it being a contract year, he's putting a lot of pressure on the Phillies to get this deal done before he hits free agency. Because we wait till free agency, it's going to turn into a bidding war, and you're going to have to do your best to sign him because you don't want to see this man go. Hopefully, you're able to find some way to get the deal done before the offseason. But no, this team offensively just continues to get the job done. And again, it's a new guy each day that's finding a way to get it done. You saw Trey Turner on that road trip, multiple home runs, came up big, had a leadoff home run in the one game against the A's, came up big later, had a 3 RBI day, and he's doing his job. He's getting the job done. Obviously, there's still room for improvement for a lot of these guys. You want to see JT Realmuto start hitting the ball better. He's still struggling on the offense side of things. His defense been great. He's throwing guys out on the bases. He's doing his thing defensively. And that's why you keep him around, right? Even if his offense takes a dip a little bit, his defense is still there, better than a lot of the other catchers defensively in this league. And that's why he's able to hold his own. The big thing with this offense is I wonder as Bohm continues to improve, can you see him move up in the lineup? He's obviously still sitting in the eighth spot, but if he's hitting this good, I want to see him jump JT and maybe even Max Kepler here in the batting order to get more production from him, chance for him to get more RBIs as the guys behind him continue to struggle there. And until you see all of them get going, that's why I want to see Bohm move up. Obviously, he was supposed to come in being your 3-4 hitter, hasn't been able to get that job done, but it still does so here from the eighth spot recently. So again, a lot of things here for the Phillies, and Rob Thompson has this team going in a good spot. Obviously, again, that's the offense there covering that front. Let's get to the pitching. I mean, a lot of good things here pitching wise as well. During that win streak, the Phillies saw their starting pitching have just around a 2 ERA, which was big. I mean, again, you lose Aaron Nola to the IL with an ankle sprain. Obviously, his season is not going the way him or fans want it to go. But you call it Mick Abel. This is the first podcast since his start. He was absolutely fantastic there in that win against the Pirates. Outpitched Paul Skeens there and a tremendous pitching duel. Couldn't ask for a better pitching duel between those two, and they were both able to just go toe to toe. Abel gets the win, and again, that shows you the depth on this pitching staff, and that's why it's exciting to see. Now you have Taijuan Walker go back. He threw well in his start, going back into the rotation, and now this is your rotation. Mick Abel goes back down in the minors. We'll see how long that is. But this team continues to click. Zach Wheeler, after a slow start, giving up a lot of home runs, he's thrown 7 consecutive quality starts. He's been tremendous here recently. As his time keeps going in May, in his last 7 games, he's got a 155 ERA, 7 starts there, 46 innings pitched, 60 strikeouts. 60 strikeouts there in 46 innings of work is just a fantastic number. And in the month of May, Zach Wheeler with a 4-0 record with a .68 ERA there, 26 innings pitched, only allowing 13 hits and 2 earned runs, and in the month 31 strikeouts as well. I think he's overtaken Jesus Luzardo a little bit there as the front runner for the Phillies' best pitcher so far this season. Obviously, Luzardo coming in on that trade has been nothing short of fantastic as well. But Wheeler just showing more consistency there, going deeper into games. Luzardo 2-0 with a 2.64 ERA here in the month of May, throwing 30 innings. He's now gone back to himself with 3 straight quality starts after two starts there, not quality starts, only going 5 1/3 innings and back-to-back starts. But he's really turned the corner. Ranger Suarez, after a slow start to his season, obviously the IL stint, comes off the IL, gets hit around through that first game, back from the injury. He comes back against the Guardians, the Pirates, and the Rockies. 3 straight quality starts going in those innings, 20 2/3 innings, only allowing 3 runs, and all 3 runs actually came in one game. So he threw a seven scoreless innings in the win against the Cleveland Guardians and 7 scoreless innings against the Colorado Rockies. And again, just a fantastic job by Ranger Suarez after that first start, readapted, came back, and now he's firing on all cylinders like we're used to seeing him. And that's where this team will live through. Starting pitching is the deepest this team has in a position group, and this is what's going to carry them into October and even hopefully into November there for hopefully what will be a World Series run when it's all said and done. Obviously, the offensive guys are there in Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Castellanos, etc. But again, a lot of different guys here, especially starting pitching wise, that will keep this team. Obviously, the one area continues to struggle is the bullpen. I think we've seen a lot of improvement. Jordan Romano has been fantastic here recently. Went 9 straight scoreless outings before having a hiccup against the A's there on Saturday, where he gave up the 3 runs on the 3-run home run. So unfortunate to see him do that. But again, he seemed like he turned the corner with very good outings and 9 straight scoreless appearances. And it seems like he's really become the pitcher you hope for when you sign him in the offseason. And listen, we need it. Obviously, we talked about in depth with that Jose Alvarado suspension. Who's going to be the guys to step up? It's got to be Romano. It's got to be Strahm. I know he struggled in that last outing where he gave up the runs and gave up the lead against the A's, costing you the 9-game win streak. But I think that was just a hiccup in his spot there. He'll bounce back. Tanner Banks, got to give him credit. He's thrown the ball fairly well this season, and he's got to be a guy that steps up. And now you're short 1 left-hander, you're down to 2 lefties. Banks has to step up, and he did so again after Romano struggled again in the game against the A's. Banks came in, got the save, got the last out there to get the win on Friday night to open up that series against the A's before you turned around and got the win on Saturday night. And this Phillies team, Well, you just can't say enough about the corner they've turned as the season progresses, and it's just been a tremendous, tremendous time. And I think what has been really good for me, especially to see, is the ability to win games on the road. We've talked about it in the past, teams in Philadelphia and the Phillies struggling to win games on the road, and you're able to do that. As I record tonight, you have 17 road victories, which is tied for the most in Major League Baseball. Again, tied for the most road victories in Major League Baseball. We know how good this team is at home. So if you're able to pick up those road victories, it's going to go a long way. And I'll tell you what, this team is really gelling together, really clicking. And I think it's really turning the corner. And you see this team having fun again. And I think that you didn't see a lot of that in April. You're seeing that here more recently in this stretch. On top of that, the Phillies have won 21 of 26 games. You're getting it done on the defensive end too. Is for those who watched and stayed up in the West Coast trip Saturday night against the A's, they had bases loaded, nobody out. Fly ball to center field. Brandon Marsh catches it, throws a strike to the plate. Great tag by JT Realmuto, and he helped get the 2 outs there before getting the third out and sending into an 11th inning where you're able to get the victory. So again, you're getting it done on the defensive end. You're getting it done offensively. You're getting it done through the pitching. So this team is really clicking, and I get it. It hasn't been against the best opponents, but however, in this month of May and in this 21 to 26 stretch, it's not like you haven't faced good teams. You got series wins over the Chicago Cubs, who's a first place team. You got wins over the Cleveland Guardians, who's above 500, sitting in second place in their division. You got wins over the Arizona Diamondbacks. I get it. They're not as good as people thought they would, but they're still a good team hovering around 500. And then lastly, before this stretch, you also have a series win over the Los Angeles Dodgers, so everyone knows how good they are. So again, you have beaten the good teams with the bad teams. So I think the schedule, while yes, it hasn't been the best, you have shown you can beat the good teams. And listen, you come back home now, you have a 6-game homestand against a division rival who's playing very well right now. Again, they're not over 500 yet, but they're playing it since that 0-7 start in the beginning of the year. They get Ronald Acuna Jr. back this past week. So this team is not to be taken lightly as they come into Citizens Bank Park for a 3-game series before you face Milwaukee Brewers for a 3-game series as well. So before we dive into a quick preview on those 6 games, I think it's important to note here as well. You look around, how do other people view this team? Well, the Major League MLB.com released their power rankings, their weekly power rankings. The Phillies jumped from 6th to 1st in those power rankings. So I think that shows you this team, how it is, how it's gelling together. Even with that, again, it's no short, a 9-game win streak. You get to where you're at now. You're tied for the best record win percentage wise in Major League Baseball, the second most wins with 34 wins on the season. And again, you go into an important week here, starting with the division rival. But again, it's just fun to see this team clicking, getting back to what we thought after a slow start to April. And since that series against the New York Mets on April 21st through the 23rd, when you got swept, that really sparked this team. And remember, that was actually a 5-game losing streak. We ended up losing that first game to the Miami Marlins before taking that series, and now have won every series except for one, 6 of the last 7, but that loss being to the St. Louis Cardinals there, as we talked about last week. So this team turns the corner, plays well on the road. Now, what can you do at home? You have an important 6-game homestand against 2 very solid teams, again, starting with your division rival in the Atlanta Braves. You were able to, with the off day on Monday, May 26th, Memorial Day, you were able to shake up your rotation to get your 3 best pitchers, sorry, not your 3 best pitchers, but reshake your rotation to skip the Walker start, move him back to Friday, and move Sanchez up to face the division rival, which obviously, yes, you'd rather Christopher Sanchez facing the Atlanta Braves than Taijuan Walker, and Sanchez going up against a very good pitcher in Chris Sale. But starting with the first matchup on Tuesday, the 27th, you have Ranger Suarez against Spencer Strider, a Atlanta Braves pitcher who's been good throughout his career, but has struggled since coming off the IL. He struggled coming back here this season. So can the Phillies take advantage of that and get off to a good start here in the series? Obviously, again, Ranger Suarez throwing the ball very well here recently, 3-0 since coming off the IL, and it's gotten this Phillies team, again, 3 straight quality starts, a 7-inning scoreless outing, a 7-inning 3-run game, and then a 6 2/3 scoreless outing for Ranger Suarez. He'll take that into this home matchup against the Atlanta Braves and see what he has to offer. Then you move on to Atlanta Braves Smith Shaver for Atlanta against Zach Wheeler for the Philadelphia Phillies. Again, we just talked about how good Wheeler's been this season. since that slow start with the home runs, giving up a lot of home runs. Can he come home, continue the way he's been pitching? And then the series finale, a very good pitching matchup there. Going to be the best of the series. Chris Sale versus Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies there. And again, two good left-handed pitchers. How will they fare in the series finale? Hopefully it's for a series sweep, but most importantly, hopefully just for the series victory before you head to the weekend against the Milwaukee Brewers team that comes in to Citizens Bank Park. We welcome back Rhys Hoskins. Obviously, we saw how much great moments we gave him last time Milwaukee came to town, and now you get the three game here with Taijuan Walker, Jesus Luzardo, and Ranger Suarez for his second outing of the week. He gets the nod there for the series finale against the Milwaukee Brewers. And again, just hopefully you get, obviously want to win every game, but you're looking here at home to average teams right now. Again, we'll see what the Braves do. More games play with Acuna, but right now, record-wise, we're hovering right around 500. You're hoping you win both these series. It's at least go 4-2 in this homestand and continue to build. You took over first place in the National League East. You're 2 games over the New York Mets now as I record this podcast, and then to see if you can build on that throughout this week. Again, you moved up to tie for the best record in baseball win percentage-wise, second most wins behind the Detroit Tigers, who have 35, the Phillies have 34, but you do have the best record in the National League, which is obviously a big thing there. On top of that, we talk about record, right? I'm big component in what are you doing series wise, and the Phillies in that front are 13-4-1 in series this season. Again, another very good number here as we get set for 2 more this week before we hit the road and face Toronto next week, which we can dive into that obviously as we get into next week. So the big thing here for me, I think you know what you're going to get in this offense as you come home. Bryce Harper's hitting the ball very well now. You're going to expect obviously Kyle Schwarber to continue his hot streak. Turner going to continue to get on base, stealing bases. And these pitchers will continue to do well as well. The big thing here against the good hitting Atlanta Braves team, what can your bullpen do? Who's going to be your innings guys here late? Let's say you get 6 or 7 from your starters. How will Rob Thompson manage his bullpen after an off day? Is Jordan Romano the closer? Is it going to be Matt Strahm the closer? Is it going to be matchup wise? And or in Kirkering, obviously, he's been your guy coming in with runners on base, been your big high leverage situation. And he's been managing it well this past week and a half. He struggled with inherited runners to start the year. He's been a lot better as of late, and hopefully that can continue as well. That's my biggest question I want to see in this homestand and against 2 good hitting teams here is what can your bullpen do? What can they do as you get into the late games? Who's going to be the go-to closer? Will they be one? I don't think that. I think they'll play matchups, obviously. We have Matt Olson up in a big spot there in the 9th inning, and maybe you wait for Strahm with the left-handed. Maybe you want to have a set closer, whether it's Kirkering or Romano, and you're going to go Strahm in the middle to split that right pitchers there in the 7th, 8th, 9th innings potentially, especially with 2 of your 3 starters in this Brave series being left-handed. So a lot to take in here, a lot of information, a lot of fun stuff here for the Phillies as the season continues. But again, stay with it as the season progresses. This team is only going to get better, and we'll see what happens as the season goes through. And again, 2 big series. I want to see this team go 4-2. I think they go 4-2. At worst, I would not be surprised to see this team go 5-1 on this homestand with the loss coming to Atlanta, and then you get Milwaukee this weekend, which I think you can take care of business in there. They've yet to name their starters. They're still trying to figure those things out. But again, keep this roll going for the Phillies. This team stays hot, gets the job done at home. Thanks, everyone, for listening to Philly Sports Now. Continue to check us out. Keep liking, subscribing, and comment. We want to interact with you guys as well, so comment on these videos, whether it's social media, whether it's on YouTube, Spotify. Make sure you comment so we can get some of your guys' opinions on these podcasts as well. Please keep it going. Thanks, everyone, for your support. Go Phillies.